The dualities, sickness and health, poverty and wealth, fame and infamy. If we can tolerate the dualities, it becomes very dear to Krishna. So we should take everything as special blessing from Krishna. If I'm wealthy, if I'm impoverished, if I'm sick, I'm healthy, if I'm being glorified, I'm being castigated, every situation, take it as a special blessing from Krishna. And then your life will be unbelievably sublime. Today we're going to do 3.4.2. 3.4.2. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tesham Matreya Doshena Vishama Krita Chaitasam Nimnochati Ravavasid Vainanam Evam Murdanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Sri Dandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. As by the friction of bamboos, destruction takes place, so also at sunset by the interaction of the faults of intoxication, all their minds became unbalanced and destruction took place. Purport. When there is need of fire in the forest by the will of the Supreme, it takes place due to friction among the bamboos. Similarly, the descendants of the Yadu dynasty were all destroyed by the will of the Lord by the process of self-destruction. Just as there is no possibility of fires occurring deep in the forest due to human effort, so there also was no power of the universe that could vanquish the descendants of Yadu, who were protected by the Lord. The Lord wanted them to be so destroyed, and thus they obeyed His orders, indicated by the words Tad Anugyata. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatam Bodhakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Sham Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So, what is the point here? By the will of the Supreme, something which really cannot happen on its own can happen by the will of the Supreme. So, we should just accept whatever the Supreme is arranging. We can't really control what the Supreme is arranging, what Krishna is arranging. We have to take whatever arrangements the Lord makes as His special mercy, His special blessing. So the whole point is love and trust. They have, in America, they have a famous saying on the money, in God we trust. See? But they don't know what God is or who God is. If you don't know somebody, how you can trust them? It's like somebody walks in the room and they say, can I borrow 1 lakh of rupees, please? Well, I don't even know you, sir. You want 1 lakh of rupees? You're probably going to rip me off, you see. But if you actually know somebody and trust somebody, you see, if Guru Maharaji needs 1 lakh of rupees, for example, then we'll give Guru Maharaji 1 lakh of rupees, you see. Because we know she's not going to cheat us, for example. You see what I'm saying? So, if you want to trust someone, you have to know them. So this is a big problem in modern day society. They talk about God and God we trust, but you can't really trust someone if you don't know. But in Krishna consciousness movement, we're very fortunate. We actually get to know God intimately well. His name, His fame, His form, His pastimes, His place of residence. Get to know so much about Him, so we can really trust Him. And therefore, when there be an anxiety, say, well, whatever Krishna arranges, that's all right. You see? If He wants me to be healthy, He wants me to be sick, wants me wealthy or poor, wants me to live to the age of 120, or wants me to die in the next 20 minutes, you see. We just put ourselves in the hands of the Lord. There was a famous insurance company when I was a kid. They had a famous ad called Allstate Insurance. They had a famous advertisement, you're in good hands with Allstate. So we can apply that to Krishna. You're in good hands with Krishna. Krishna's going to take good care of you because He loves you, He cares about you. Krishna is doing everything He can in every minute to help you come back to that pure, loving relationship you once had with Him before you misused your free will to try to enjoy separately from Him in this rotten hellhole called the material world. You see? So, we shouldn't lament our position here, our situation here. We should see whatever Krishna is arranging is by it's all His special mercy upon me to help me come back to my original position of pure loving relationship with Him, you see. So there's nothing to be afraid of, you see. Nothing to be afraid of. That's why Abhay Charan, you see. Prabhupada's name when he was his father, Gaur Mahande, gave him the name Abhay Charan. One who is fearless by taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So they may try to artificially become fearless. Yes, I'm unafraid. But that's artificial. You see, you cannot become fearless unless you take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So why are we hesitant to do that? Why are we so hesitant to put ourselves fully in the hands of the Supreme Lord? You see, the difficulty here, my dear Prabhus and Matajis, is we've been caught up here in trying to enjoy independently since time immemorial. We've been trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. We've never been satisfied, but we think, well, I couldn't enjoy in this way, so let me enjoy in that way. But there's no way you can enjoy separately from Krishna. We keep going on, hope against hope. You see, it's like these transgenders. Well, I couldn't enjoy as a male, so let me become a female. You know, they're trying to find, but they can't really enjoy. By changing genders by some artificial means, they're not going to be satisfied. Like that popular song that was a big mega hit, I can't get no satisfaction. I go here, I try this, I smoke this, I try that, but I can't get no satisfaction. The fact is, we cannot get any satisfaction in this material world. This is dukkhalayam. Let's face it, this is a place of misery. You can't get even one pinch of actual happiness here. But the trouble is we keep thinking, well, a little here, maybe I get a little pleasure here, a little pleasure there, you know. You know what I mean? Isn't it stupid? Isn't it asinine? We keep thinking we get a little pleasure. Can squeeze a little pleasure here, a little pleasure there. It doesn't work. We cannot get any pleasure in this rascal place. Not even one pinch of actual happiness, you see. So we have this hope against hope. In this independent position I can somehow enjoy, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It does not work. We cannot get any pleasure actually here. So let's wake up. Let's wake up, y'all. Jeev jago, Gora Chandra Bole, Kota Nidra Jao Maya, Pisa Chita Kole. Lord Chaitanya is saying, wake up. Come on, wake up. No, thank you, brother. You know, wake me up, I turn my head over the other way and try to go back to sleep. We cannot be happy sleeping in the lap of the witch named Maya. So we have to become enlightened beings, you see. We have to wake up. What is that sloka, if I can remember it? Yanish, when I was a governor one morning I woke up with this verse in my head and saying, what is that? Yanish Asarabhut. What is that verse? I woke up with that verse in my head when I was a governor. Yanish Asarabhutani tashyam jagarti samyami yashang nagati bhutani sanasha pushatom munim. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control, and the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective stage. So we should not run after the time of awakening for all the living entities, you see. For them it's the nightlife, you see. I struggled hard all day in the office or the factory, and now I get to have some enjoyment and have some sex or take some intoxication, space out on television or the social media or whatever, you see. Their happiness is at night. See, that's their happiness at night. They stay up late and they wake up late in the morning and just barely throw some coffee down their throat and run off to the office again, you see. It's a miserable existence. It's a miserable existence. As a youth, I couldn't relate to it. What is the purpose of all this running to get old, sick, and die, get a nice tombstone somewhere, you see? What's the purpose of this thing? It didn't make sense to me. So Krishna blessed me to go after self-realization. I was cheated again and again, but finally I found it, you see. Finally I found it. If you're really sincere to find out the true pathway of self-realization, Krishna within your heart will help you find it. If you want to be cheated, I'm God, you're God, we're all God, Ki Jai! You know, if you want to be cheated, the cheaters are there. They're all ready, willing, and able to take your money. Yeah, come on, I'll teach you. I'll give you a secret mantra. You can become God in 6 months, you see. But these cheaters, they cannot help us, you see. I remember Prabhupada said, I was hearing this recently in a lecture, the cheaters and the cheated. You see. Actually, the cheaters were also cheated. They were also cheated, you understand? The cheaters were also cheated. The cheaters and the cheaters were also cheated. You know, they were cheated, so now they're going to pass on the cheating to somebody else. Oh, I got cheated, so let me cheat. I was cheated, so let me also be a cheater, you see. That's by association. Since I was cheated, now I will also be a cheater, you see. So, it's up to y'all. If you want to be cheated? Do you want to be cheated? The cheaters will come. They're all ready. They're all ready to get your rupees or your euros or whatever. Your Aussie dollars or whatever. They're all ready to come. Yes. You want to be cheated? Yes. If you want to be a naive idiot, they're ready to exploit you. They're all ready right now to grab your rupees or whatever. They're ready. You see. So you have to be intelligent. We have to be intelligent. You understand? We have to be intelligent and not be ripped off by these rascals, you see. We have to understand there is an absolute truth beyond all these relativities. I got a nice question from one of my East students. He said, what is monism? And I had a nice realization, actually. I'll share it with you all. It's coming out in Thought for the Day. Monism is the idea that everything is one, you see. But if everything is one, they say, if you don't think everything is one, you're in a state of illusion. And if you do say everything is one, you're enlightened, either in illusion or enlightened. But that's all duality, you see. If everything is one, then you couldn't be an illusion. Illusion cannot exist. If everything is one, everybody be enlightened. And monistic, everybody enlightened monist if everything was one. But the fact is, they say that only I realize the oneness and nobody else has. So that's duality right there, you see. So, you know, these philosophies don't hold water. For Buddhism is a good one for that too. Everything is zero, nothing really exists, then how the concept everything is zero can exist. You see? How the concept everything is zero can even exist. The concept everything is zero is something. So the very philosophy of the Buddhist defeats Buddhism. Understand? So therefore Prabhupada came to deliver us from these things. You see? Nirvishesha shunyavadi paschatchadesha tarik. To Western countries to live them from impersonalism and Buddhism. You see? So there is something beyond this impersonalism and Buddhism. There's an enlightened state of being in which you can have a sweet, unlimitedly nectarian, splendorously sublime, loving relationship with that Supreme Person as the source of all existence, is emanating you from Himself for the sole purpose of having a loving relationship with Him. You see? So, don't cheat yourself, Prabhu's Manajis. Don't cheat yourself. Wake up. Come back to who you really are. That's all we're saying. Be who you really are. Be who you really are. Come on. Don't misidentify with a rotting corpse that gets sick, producing so much mucus. Don't misidentify with it. Okay. Good, Manaji. Want to add some points with your enlightened wisdom? Are there any questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. You mentioned that we should take everything as an arrangement of Krishna. I understand that everything is by the sanction of the Lord, but how should I see that it might be my fate, my karma that is coming up, or maybe my own actions that is I'm going through, or I take it as an arrangement, means how to see that, or I should simply take it as an arrangement?
Your foolish tendency to act independently?
It might be like my own action that's coming up. Or
Krishna, I've explained many times, Krishna has given you free will because love cannot be forced. I put a gun on your head, love me or I blow your brains out, you see. Love has to be voluntary, so Krishna gives you the choice, love me or leave me. I've explained many times.
No, I'm asking about taking the situations as an arrangement of Krishna.
Yeah.
Or it might be my own fate coming up to me. How should I see that? It's my own actions coming to me, or I should just take it, oh, it's Krishna's arrangement. Like, what should be the understanding?
Yeah. Well, let's say you make a mistake. Is that Krishna's arrangement? Right?
Yeah, like that.
I made a mistake. I didn't tell Gurudev he's supposed to give class yesterday. For example. So how to see that was Krishna's arrangement?
Because generally we cover up with the things like, oh, it might be Krishna's arrangement.
My mistakes are all, I don't make any mistakes. It's all Krishna's arrangement, right? I'm perfect. I never make any mistakes. It's all Krishna's arrangement. So Krishna gives the facility to not make mistakes or to make mistakes, because that free will is necessary. You made the big mistake of leaving Krishna. Is that Krishna's arrangement? I left Krishna? Go to the real bottom line. It's Krishna's arrangement I fell down the material world?
No, that's my favorite.
Yeah. As soon as we act independently from Krishna, that's the original mistake of all mistakes. And once you do that, so many other mistakes come out of that. You see, a whole pantheon of mistakes come rolling out of it. Mistake locum. As soon as you make the original mistake, then you make mistake after mistake after mistake. And to infinity you make mistakes. So that the reactions you get for the mistakes, that's Krishna's mercy. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm suffering the results of my mistakes. That suffering is Krishna's mercy. Your mistakes are not Krishna's arrangement. That's your deviating from Krishna. But the reactions you get, that's Krishna's mercy to help you realize, what am I doing? Why am I such a stupid idiot? I engage in this way. It's causing me so much misery. Does that help a little bit?
Yes.
Anything else, y'all? Before I get ready to pack up and head out to Pune. Anything else? For the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Yes, Govardhan Das.
Many times said that there is not a tinge of pleasure in this material world. Srila Gurudev, like there is not a tinge of pleasure or happiness in this material world.
There's no happiness in it. Yeah.
So we survive or thinking that we'll be happy, we'll have pleasure. We run for that. We run for that. We want happiness. We want pleasure. We blindly run for so that if I get a car, I'll be happy. If I get a wife, I'll be happy.
Yeah, it's called
So
the happiness in the material world is called Maya Sukha, or illusory happiness. It's temporary.
But
I get a new car, and then the and the engine goes bad. You know what I mean?
So irrespective of that, but happiness is there a bit. Is it totally no?
Happiness is real, but we're taking the shadow of happiness as the real happiness. That's the problem. Material happiness is a shadow of actual happiness. So the happiness in material world can give us some idea there is such a thing as real happiness, you see. But we take the shadow as the real thing, you see. So here's a nice samosa. I'll give you the shadow of the samosa. We're taking the shadow as the real thing. That's the problem. The happiness in material world gives us some idea there is such a thing as happiness. But we take the shadow instead of the actual thing. Isn't it? Anything else? We call it quits? Yes.
Getting prasadam was not shadow.
What's that?
Getting prasadam was not shadow.
Prasadam is real happiness.
So restricting the senses on the gross level may be little easier, but restricting the mind from subtle thoughts is a bit difficult. So how to exercise the mind to remain focused on Krishna?
How to keep the mind from running after material thoughts?
Yes.
Huh? How to keep the mind from contemplating sense enjoyment?
Yes.
Shamunacharya is our great hero in this connection. Yadhavadi mamma chaita krishna padara vinde navarosadam unyunyatam urantum asit tadhavadi bhattanari sangame smaryamane babadi mukhu nishtivanam cha. Ever since I've been engaged in the transcendental loving service of Krishna, Radha and Krishna, tasting nava rasa, ever increasing pleasure in that service. Whenever I think of having sex, I spit it up. My face becomes, I become disgusted and I spit at the thought. So we have to learn how to spit at the thought of sense enjoyment. See, even if you think about it, it's also sinful, actually. If you contemplate sense enjoyment in your brain, you're already breaking the principles mentally, you see. So we have to spit at it, be very good spitters. And I really like the Sanskrit for that verse. Run tomb is one of the words. It's like running to your tomb. Run tomb. Run tomb. It's one of the Sanskrit. Run tomb, like running to your tomb. Yeah, like running to my tomb. If I contemplate sense enjoyment, I'm running to my tomb. You see, running to death. Yes. Haribo, running to death. You see. So we have to learn how to beat the mind with shoes, like Bhakti Siddhanta said. The shoes 100 times in the morning, a broomstick at night. When the mind gets off the track, bring it back. Beat the hell out of that rascal, you see. Because if you contemplate sense enjoyment, the next thing is you think about it and you feel like doing it, and you will like doing it and you do it. So we have to start it right there on the subtle plane. Say, no mind, it's a taboo, Prabhu. Don't think this stuff. Now think about Krishna. Think about Krishna, his beautiful form, his beautiful lotus feet, his beautiful eyes, his amazing pastimes. Bring your mind back to where it once belonged. You were not meant to contemplate sense enjoyment. You're meant to be totally absorbed in the name, fame, forms, and pastimes of Krishna. That's your actual happiness. Does that help a little bit? Yeah. Anything else, y'all? Yeah.
When we are humble, we are constantly able to chant the holy name. How it is connected, Gurudev? If you can please explain.
How does humility help you chant?
Yes, constantly.
Well, humility means I realize I'm not really I thought I was a big shot, but I'm not really a big shot, you see. See, the thing is, we have to realize I'm really nothing. I'm just an insignificant, piece of dust. The more you see, the thing is, Krishna is great, and I'm not. See? If I think I'm great, who needs God? I'm great. I got money. I got fame. I don't need God because I got everything, like Hiranyakashipu, you see. So humility is very important. Being ready to give all respect to others without expecting any respect for yourself, that will really help you to be able to take shelter of the names. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
So Gurudev, like as your grace was mentioning that even some thoughts comes in the negative thoughts come in the mind, you are breaking the principles. So Gurudev, like for me, like it n number of times the negative thoughts keep coming, irrespective of I willingly, unwillingly, the thoughts comes. So how to?
That's a problem. We all us Nephites have that problem. Dirty thoughts.
Dirty thoughts keep.
Yeah. You have to be your own psychiatrist and realize I got dirty thoughts flowing around with me. So you have to realize that verse is very good for Jumanitariya Bandhu. Yadavati Mamachet. You have to realize I'm being attacked by dirty thoughts, so I'm going to do something about it. Yatav Nishtalati, from whatever and wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw edge and bring it back under the control of the self. My mind is going away, I got to bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. You see. It's like a naughty kid is, creating havoc all over the house. You got to take that kid to be well behaved. You got to train your mind as like a naughty kid or a dog who passes stool on the living room rug. You have to train that mind. You have to train the mind. That's called Goswami, you see. You have to be a Goswami. You have to train your mind. And if you sincerely, ask Krishna to help you. Pray to the spiritual master, pray to the acharyas, please help me, bring my mind under control. Bhajahure mana Śrī Nandanandana abhaya charanara vindare. My dear mind, please now engage yourself in the transcendental loving service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. So you have to realize this is something I have to be 24 hours a day. I have to be in this process of training the mind, whether I'm doing some service or I'm just driving the car, whatever. Always do something, whether you can read or chant some extra rounds or whatever. Just like, is it sometimes said, when in doubt, chant Hare Krishna. If you have nothing to do, just chant Hare Krishna. It's like Prabhupada always had a bead bag. He's always had a bead bag wherever he went. So, when in doubt, chant. If you're in doubt, what should I do now? Well, chant Hare Krishna. When in doubt, chant Hare Krishna. You can never go wrong chanting Hare Krishna. Haridas did it 24 hours a day. When in doubt, chant Hare. What should I do now? Just chant Hare Krishna. You can never go wrong chanting 24 hours a day. You never go wrong. You understand? Chant Hare Krishna. Okay?
But still, Gurudev, like, still, if the negative thoughts comes in the mind, are we breaking the principles, like as you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm thinking about some illicit activity, yeah.
But unwillingly also it comes. We don't.
But as I remember, in the age of Kali, you don't get any karmic reaction for him. It's a special concession in the age of Kali. You don't get a sinful reaction for thinking about it. So there's a special concession in the age of Kali. Even though it's bad, you don't get a reaction for him. But that's not. But if you keep thinking about it, that's the problem. No, there's not. As I remember, there's no karmic reaction for thinking sinful thoughts in this age. But if the things you think about it, then you're not doing it. That's the problem. So, even though it's not good, it's not. In one sense, it's not breaking the principle. So that's Krishna's mercy. Yeah.
Srila Gurudev, when we want to refrain from something negative to devotional service, then mind make pattern and think about more and more.
You help me understand that.
When we make what pattern?
When we refrain, when we want to stop something negative to devotional service, the mind again think more and more about this.
So when we're trying to stop some negative thoughts or some habits, the mind becomes even more strong. How to deal with that?
Make pattern.
And it becomes a pattern.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, you rascal mind, knock it off. You can chastise your mind. Okay, you stupid idiot mind, knock it off, you rascal. You see what I'm saying? You can be hit. It's like you're going to scold somebody who's doing some horrible thing. You can scold your own mind. You stupid rascal, stop it. Just stand there, be Krishna conscious. But the best thing is find something transcendental. See, repression by itself doesn't work. You have to find something that's more attractive. Sing like some bhajan you really like, Just like I really like that bhajan, Gai Gora Madhur Svare. If you find some bhajan or some kirtan melody, you really like it, Hare Krishna Hare. You find something that really attracts you, then get into them. Some recording of a certain, just like I really like that one bhajan, that Temple of the Mun. If you said something really attracts you, a nice lecture, put a bunch of Prabhupada lectures in your smartphone, that's the best thing. And hear those lectures. And find something, give a higher taste. See, repression in itself doesn't work, but you have to find a higher taste. Repression is okay, like the regulated pencils is repression. But on the other side you have chant 16 rounds. So repression by itself doesn't work. You have to find a higher taste, something that enlivens you. So I need to start packing. Our time is running out, and I got an hour and 10 minutes to get packed up before I head out to Pune. Anything else? Yeah.
So the example given in the purport that fire takes place due to the friction of the bamboos,
Yeah.
and that happens due to the will of the Supreme Lord.
Yeah.
So we know that without the will of Supreme, nothing is possible in this material world. But this deep illusion is there in this material world. Illusion in the mind also, and illusion in this material universe. And while chanting also, the thought, I did this, me, my, this thought always comes, even if I'm chanting. So why I am in deep illusion? What is the reason of this?
False ego. I'm the doer, you see. Just like yesterday, the Mudavadi complimented my Mangalarti. He said, "Oh, very sweet kirtan." He really liked the way I sang Grabhastakam yesterday in the Samadhi. He said, "Oh, very sweet." So I shouldn't think, "Oh yes, I can sing very sweetly." I think it's Krishna's mercy. I'm just a croaking toad. Somehow or other, by Krishna's grace, a devotee was very enlivened by my kirtan. He said, "Always give the credit. Don't take the credit. Give the credit." That help a little bit? Yeah. Always give credit, don't take credit. Prabhupada never took credit. Whatever I've done is all by the mercy of my Guru Maharaj. Always give the credit, never take credit. So let's stop here. Thank you all very much. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 3.4.2 ki jai.